We are recording.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the KubeStellar community meeting for Thursday, May 28th, 2026. Welcome all. Thank you for joining us. Our meetings are every other Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you're interested in getting a regularly occurring scheduled meeting invite, go to kubestellar.io/join_us. You can also use join us. There you'll get a little button in the top right-hand corner. It's a Google group. Smash that button. That's what the kids all say, right, Kevin? Smash that button and you'll get a meeting invite that comes to you regularly. I believe it's on the Monday before the meeting. So that's every other Monday you would get that. And then the Thursday following is when the meeting is. All right. So let's see. So, of course, you're welcome to opine your name in the meeting agenda below underneath the May 28th heading. And if you have any topics you'd like to discuss, please add them towards the bottom of the agenda, and we'll go through them in the order that they're seen. We have a number of ways to communicate with people. Our mailing list is KubeStellar-dev, and of course, you sign up for that when you go to join us, the Join Us link off KubeStellar.io. We also have a KubeStellar channel in Slack, and you get that by getting an invite from the community inviter that CNCF has conveniently set up. So you want to go there first and then click on our channel. We have documentation at KubeStellar.io. And I think, yeah, where you'll see this posted just in a little while will be after the meeting's concluded is KubeStellar.io/TV. And where this agenda is located is at KubeStellar.io/agenda. And that's where you can get. Now, if you feel that you need access to this KubeStellar.io/agenda and you can't, the reason why is because you didn't click join us. So when you click the Google group, you get access to all our nice little artifacts. Please don't send me a request to grant you access because A, I won't do it, and B, you can't do it. You have to join the Google group. Okay, so we are proud members of the CNCF community and as a sandbox project, and so as such, we abide by a contributor code of conduct. So I read it at the beginning of each meeting, and here it goes. As contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community and the interest of fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect all people who contribute through reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. What I like to say at the end of that little paragraph or two is that it just makes sense in the world we live in. Just be nice to each other, and especially on this call. Thank you. All right. So getting started, we have no old business that's come in from the previous meeting. The new business here is for the 28th. You can add your name and affiliation here in the attendees list if you'd like to. We'd love to see names accrue there if you're willing to put your name there. You, again, can join our Slack org at KubeStellar-dev by going and getting an invitation from the community inviter for CNCF and then joining the channel. Of course, nobody can remember that, whatever that digit alphanumeric is there, but it's recorded here for posterity and for our lack of memory. All right, so I think we're fast approaching November, where we've got KubeCon NA. So that's going to be, I believe it's in Utah. So we'll put that in there, Utah. And we have a number of things that are going to be taking place. So we usually do have a place at the Project Pavilion. And we do usually have a lightning talk. So just assume that will be present there again. We get those gratis via the CNCF. What I would say in addition to this is we have put in a number of talks, or just waiting for either acceptance or denial of those talks in terms of the CFP's status. So we look forward to KubeCon NA 2026 and see you all there. If you're interested in talking on behalf of KubeStellar, if you have experience with KubeStellar console or any of the other KubeStellar properties, you'd be welcome to talk through what that might look like. And if you're interested in submitting a talk, please do so. And we can help you out with the abstract and so forth. Okay, a little update on IFOS, the interns for open source. So we have been working on the KubeStellar console and its 4 or 5 affiliated repos for a few months now. We went through term one. It will be ending in 2 days. Term one is pretty much closed. All the activity there is kind of spun down. We learned a lot out of the process. We made the console, I think, a much better offering than what it was initially. We still have a lot of open-ended issues. Most of them revolve around testing. So the term two applications were open. Selection process is in place now. So let's see, applications. So the selection process is currently in place, and we've made a few selections. We've got a few more to make. And so we're going to be focusing primarily on the back end and the front end and mission control. We need extensive help in the area of visual testing, both regression and advancement. I call it visual advancement because there are times when PRs include changes to the user interface which would not be in the regression, and therefore get flagged improperly, and therefore should be a little bit more flexible to allow for advancement and not failing the test. So just short, there's 2 areas where we focus the most on this summer. It will be on the back end side, it will be focusing on using live data. So this means setting up a few private clusters that the internal tests can run against and look for real data and real events and event streams and so forth from Kubernetes clusters. The second focus area will be the front end, which will be primarily what I think will be either Storybook or Playwright, some integration thereof, and some way to use that in an effective way to make our user interface um, more consistent and reliable than it is today. I think some of the areas that we see problems with from time to time largely focus around the authentication. I hear that API endpoints break at times, and that's a serious concern. And we need better testing when it comes to this. Also, with respect to what's visible and not visible in the user interface, that's not something that I find to be easy to do, and I'm looking to others to give us to lend their expertise in this space. So that's the main focus is live data for back end and front end, and for front end, visual advancement and regression. We've already got the folks at Georgia Tech. We've got 2 students that started, Ming and David, and they are working towards making some progress in terms of understanding learning Playwright and then seeing how it might be used as a way to help us improve our test cases. I know, of course, the SDF program, the software defined farm with Cornell continues. All right. We still have an open request for external maintainers for the console sub project. If anybody is out there, works for a third-party company, not IBM or Red Hat or any of the IBM affiliates, would like to join us as a maintainer, we're open to the prospect. And if you've got some good experience with the project, I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be possible for someone outside IBM or Red Hat to join us and help us maintain it. So please consider it and think about it if you're listening or watching this video after it's been recorded. Okay, I'll turn it over to Mike now if he's on the call. Mike, if you'd like to go through KubeStellar.
Sure. Yeah. So we did the release that has the upgrade to Kubernetes 1.32, and there's multiple outstanding work to be done. I think we need to get some looking at the infrastructure. The stuff that builds the builders is stuck, but testing on 132 is welcome, and then progress there.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Okay, Kevin, anything you would like to add about documentation or quantum?
I'm doing daily maintenance to make sure that other commits don't break the quantum dashboard. I am curious to hear if anybody else has tried running it, so pop up in the Slack and let me know. This 404 thing on legacy pages seems to be intermittent. I was just flipping through, and for the most part, the legacy pages are working. So,
Oh, that's a surprise. I did some testing yesterday and they were getting me 404s.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was just flipping through, and it's only some versions of some legacy pages I'm getting the 404 on. So, if I change the release version. So, there is something going on there. It's, I think it has to do with switching in Netlify, because we redirect based on the release version. So, don't have a good answer yet. And it also seems to fix itself. So if I switch release versions and get one that works and then go back to the other one, the 404 is gone.
Okay. Thank you for the update there. Anything else on Quantum you want to share?
So because this is a very visual dashboard, I have been doing a lot of work on hardening the card design so that when there are other changes, they keep working. So if you are working on a project that requires visually displaying information and you're turning an agent loose on it, you might refer your agents to what is done for some of the display components in the Quantum demo dashboard, because we may have already solved the problem there to do what you're trying to do. So you use the cards as a reference resource, please.
Yeah, Kevin, so that brings up a really interesting point. I want to go back at you on. It's if you feel you have a model, uh if you if you feel you have a good solid user interface, the cards that you're using, the mechanisms you've implemented, the structures, all that good stuff. If you want to distill that into a model or distill that into a set of tests, I guess is the better term to use, we can then gross apply that during the nightly test suite and have issues automatically opened as a result and PRs to shore up the other components in the likeness of Quantum.
Yeah.
If that's of interest to you, that's the way that I would go about it.
Okay. I was planning to talk to you more about how we add things to nightly tests. So I will be talking to you. Maybe we'll have that conversation in the Slack channel so everyone can see how you do it.
That sounds good. Yep. Sounds
Okay.
good. Okay. I have a little bit of stuff to talk about in turn with Hive, so I'll go ahead and show what's been going on now. So Hive has been very active. You could see we're right now at 0 issues, 0 PRs actionable in across the board, which is cool. So open for new issues to come in. If you find anything in the user interface that you would like to have updated or something that you see in the code that doesn't look right, please open an issue and we'll unleash our agents to have a look at it. And so that's working as designed. We've also gotten a connection with an external project called Knuckle and Flatcar and Bluefin. I'll show you the repos. So these are the repos that were this. It's called Project Bluefin. This is run by a couple of folks in the CNCF as their day job when they're not doing things that are CNCF specific. And this is really cool. They've got a fairly large following. And these folks are using the level 3 of our ACMM to do their bidding. At level 3, we have 4 agents plus the supervisor, 3 of which are being used in what's called an advisory capacity. An advisory capacity means that they simply open beads and push those beads into a let me see if I can find it. We have an issue open for this. That's all week. Okay. So this is what's called a Hive advisory report, and this gets issued to this gets updated as the advisor finds findings. So this is being actively updated. You can see the last update just happened at 9:03. So about an hour ago is the last update to this. And what it does is it says, well, listen, you're at level 3. That means you're in a measurement phase of the ACMM. You're not looking to automate any PRs, the merger of any PRs. So what we do at level 3 is we have one agent that opens issues and PRs. It's the quality agent. It's it's focused on just making sure that there's proper test coverage, a degree of test coverage for a given set of projects or repos. And then the other 3 agents will work in concert to open advisory issues. Well, not advisory issues, but open advisory comments inside of the advisory issue that's been open for this particular repo. So you can see that you can take this information and you can act upon it in your own fashion. You can set agents to just monitor this Hive advisory report and take action based on what's in it. So you don't have to fully automate the
Question.
process. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
So what I saw on the screen, I didn't see obviously the whole thing, but I'm wondering, is it what the updates look like? Are you saying that at any given time there is one advisory report in the issue, and it is the latest report?
Correct. Yes. So this single comment is updated continuously as Hive runs.
Okay. Uh, that's kind of unusual, right? What you're really doing is, since it's modifying one comment rather than adding new comments,
Yeah.
that's more like maintaining a wiki or something like that, right? You mentioned the
Mhm.
idea of a wiki earlier. This
Yeah.
is like it's maintaining a report somewhere.
Correct. Yeah. This is a if you can think about it as what do some people call it? A pinned report or a tagged report, something of that nature inside of someone's repo. And the reason for the nature of that updating of the comments is if you let this thing run loose and just tack on comments, you'll have a never end. First of all, it'll be a never ending scroll, and eventually will time out in terms of, and GitHub will not respond. It won't be able to render the page. That's first. And second, you're looking at an audit trail at that point. These are things that have
Exactly.
been
I think that's
opened.
the primary point, right?
Yeah.
The history is not so interesting.
No,
The
it's not.
current state is what's interesting.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah.
I also wonder, in that one comment, I see a lot of structure. Have you considered instead structuring that as multiple comments?
Again, yeah, that gets into the trickiness breaking it apart. The beads are already reaped, so the beads themselves that are getting constructed by Hive, that are advice only, are being constructed. So each you could think of it as right now, Mike. There is like a spot for the CI maintainers beads or advice. There's a spot for the guides advice. So each one of these has a different focus area. Even quality will open some as well, and the scanner, which is just basically just looking at issues and PRs that are open and not doing much else. So you could break this into multiple comments that have, or maybe like something that's high, medium, low, perhaps. I guess I haven't gotten any feedback on it from anyone who's actually using it to say that they need it restructured in a way. So no, I haven't gotten that feedback yet.
Thank you.
So it's cool about this particular project, as you see, there's 90 actionable issues. That's between, so this is actually like real life kind of thing. I mean, console obviously is working, but it's working at level 6. Level 6 is gonna, as issues get open, they get PR'd and they get merged. So we're not really getting a good, that's a great example of how to automate the entire cycle, but we didn't have anything in between, and so that's taken some time to actually get right and structure. So we've gotten a project for level 2 and one for level 3 here. And so I've been working on the intermediate levels, level 2 and level 3 right now, and we'll get to the point of level 4 and 5, I hope, in the future, maybe level 4 by next week or the week after with the Knuckle project. They're live streaming this on their Discord channel, which is pretty cool. They've got a number of followers that are watching how this works, and they're interested in doing more around it. So one of the interesting things that I've discovered in working with the Bluefin team is the following. They've kind of walked down the same path as that I have with respect to ACMM, where what do I mean by that? I mean that they have seen that the benefits of testing to so that they can increase their velocity, grow the project's size and its quality, and to do it in such a way that can be a mixture, a hybrid of human interaction and AI agents. So the testing seems to be, I can validate at least on this project, seems to be the right path to take to do that. Now, there's the extension of that is where they're looking to go next, and that's even more interesting. So where they're looking to go next is they're actually looking to create more formalized ways of opening issues such that they can have, let's say, a workflow whereby whether it's automated or manually opened, an issue can be then carried through a number of steps in a workflow. And this would be maybe GitHub, or maybe it's a project board in GitHub, where the issue progresses and matures, also lengthens with time, and in terms of its content and what's been discovered or added to it in terms of commentary. And as it then gets to the end of that workflow, it eventually pops out the other side, and then something like Hive or an agent can work on it. And what that introduces at that point is the all the collective comments that are inside of the issue that's been progressing down this workflow are then effectively used as a massive prompt that can be given to the agent. So you have constraints in there, what should be a goal, what should be a non-goal, et cetera, up and until the point where it's then fixed or PR'd. The PR can then be a combination of human, let's say it's CodeRabbit, could be Hive chiming in there with the scanner, and could be human interaction of some point, and then eventually merged. So this hybrid approach of having testing to lead up to a point of stability, resilience, and is resonating. And the other side of it is this combination of deterministic and non-deterministic workflows to get to a result is also resonating. So it's really cool to see this play out in real time. I am monitoring it. They spent about a week on level two, and we're ready to progress. And now they're in level 3, and so we'll take a couple weeks. I'm debugging the system as we speak, and then we'll see if they work to move to level 4. We'll see. That's all I've got to report there. All right. Anybody with any questions for me or any topics they'd like to bring up at this time for our agenda and would like to speak through it? Any hands? All right, folks. Well, listen, thanks for joining today. Really appreciate your time. And we'll talk again in 2 weeks. I'll post this video as soon as it's ready to it's been processed and sent to me. Thank you all. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.